Well, you guys, yesterday was an exciting day in the world of lolcows. It was very exciting. Not only was Boogie exposed for faking cancer, which what is a more classic lolcow behavior than faking having cancer? What is more lolcow than that? That's like the epitome. That's like the top of Maslow's hierarchy of lolcow behavior is faking cancer. Quite amazing. Quite amazing, truthfully. What a blessed day to have ears and eyes yesterday. Wow, amazing, amazing, okay? Absolutely amazing. But not only that, in our corner of the lolcow sphere, where we like to linger, we had fucking incredible lolcow crossover. In the Poppy sphere, or I guess I should say the Poppy cinematic universe and the Lily Orchard verse. Quite amazing crossover. Okay, anyway, so for people who don't know, for people who are blissfully unaware, Rising Star lolcow, Poppy, has a checkered and fabled past with Lily Orchard, okay? Lily Orchard is a big brony Steven Universe content creator galore YouTuber, right? That's what she's big for, is commenting about Steven Universe. Really big hitting stuff. Apparently there's a completely untapped niche market for people who are willing to watch exposés about Steven Universe. Who would have guessed? Anyway, Lily Orchard is someone who has quite a bit of controversy. And, you know, many a creator has covered Lily Orchard. None to my satisfaction, unfortunately, because we have, like, Essence of Thought. We have Poppy. Evangelina Skov does decent coverage. Her videos are fine. But there hasn't really been, like, a big nuke on Lily Orchard. You know, she still is kind of lurking in the shadows, so to speak. So, anyway, Lily Orchard is notorious for her Stockholm fanfic. I know those words are in the Bible, but, you know, we'll say our prayers to continue on through this. Anyway, yes, the I Love Kim Possible video was also very good. She does good coverage of Lily Orchard as well. Anywhooser, the Stockholm incest that Lily claims that she didn't write, but she did write and admitted in a video that she did write. Lily Orchard also supposedly has, you know, drawn degenerate images of her getting dogs, a zoophile. What else is there? Oh, we can't forget the hallmark lolcow behavior of having a alt account called Tara Callie, which was supposedly her girlfriend and co-host. It was later exposed that Tara Callie was actually one of Lily's alt profiles, and it was discovered because Tara Callie tragically passed away, but then was resurrected a day later. And no one has ever seen Tara Callie except for Lily Orchard. Additionally, Tara Callie was supposedly arrested for possession of child pornography, which I think if you could catfish roleplay as anything in the world, I don't know why you would catfish roleplay as a pet. But I'm not here to pretend to understand the inner mechanisms or inner workings of Lily Orchard. But that would be, you know, a hallmark lolcow behavior, is alt accounts that are used as deflection tools, I would say. The alt account is a big hallmark of the lolcow. Lily Orchard also faked cancer, which, as we talked about a little bit earlier, is the pinnacle of lolcow behavior. Now, while Lily Orchard is somewhat locked away from the general lolcow community, you know, she's a niche cow, okay? She's not grazing in the fields for everyone to see. She's back, you know, askewed behind the barn. Poppy, surprisingly, has been ascending, a rising star, as a new supreme rises, the old one fails, right? Poppy had that video that Turkey Tom made about her that got like 1 million views. Okay, so we're shooting up the ladder pretty quickly. We're waiting on faking cancer. We're waiting on the alt. Well, actually, we already have the alt profiles because Poppy has like 10 for all of her tulpas. Anyway, so that's Lily Orchard in a nutshell, okay? The most egregious accusation that has been levied against Lily Orchard is that she incested her sister Courtney. Now, of course, alleged, though I will be transparent and say that I believe all women, okay? So take that as you will. Any hooser, Courtney Orchard being incestuous by her older sister Lily is the heaviest, arguably, of all of these accusations. I think the dog fucking, this one is definitely up there. It's near the top. It's like in my top 3, okay, if I had to rank them. What ended up happening in how these two cows ended up grazing in the same field was Courtney Orchard had reached out to a plethora of different creators that were involved or tangentially adjacent to Lily Orchard in order to ask for help and say, hey, you know, my sister is like actually a predator, very dangerous, very, very sussy-wussy. So Courtney reached out to Essence of Thought. That obviously didn't go anywhere. She also reached out to Poppy and Xena. So Courtney reaches out to Poppy and Xena and is like, yo, can you have me on for an interview to talk about my sister, Lily Orchard? And Poppy, of course, is like, yes, queen. I would love to have you on and discuss your trauma. so we can do this big expose. And to this day, if you go not only to Essence of Thought, but that's a cow for another time, guys. Poppy and Xena's biggest and highest performing videos are about Lily Orchard. The biggest growth that they ever saw in their productivity, their channel, their engagement, their likes, their revenue, any of that was when they were talking about Lily Orchard. So they had untapped potential here because they had essentially monopolized the market by having Lily Orchard's first victim on as a exclusive interview, right? During this interview where Poppy is painstakingly learning about Courtney's abuse and how horrible it was for her and whatever, Poppy, takes this opportunity, as anyone would, who among us would not, to rizz up Courtney and talk about how Poppy talks about how she's hotter than Lily Orchard. And she talks about how Lily Orchard is jealous that her sister is in Poppy's DMs and not hers. Very uncomfortable, very weird. Now, I was not conscious, apparently, at the time of this unfolding, so I was not privy to any of these comments, but it has been revealed to me in a dream and by my top autistic diggers that during this time, people were picking up on and commenting on Poppy's videos that it was really uncomfortable that she was like being overly sexual towards Courtney in these conversations. Apparently, this, was something that was called to her attention, but of course, Poppy's going to delete all of those negative comments and what have you. I mean, constructive criticism, not at this time, no thank you. So, following that, Courtney and, Poppy kind of fall out. We'll play a clip relating to that in just a moment. Hold your horses, hold your cows, if you will. So, basically, Poppy got into this for clout. She got into calling out Lily Orchard for clout, and she hid behind a principal position that she thinks that we should expose abusers and predators and what have you, right? However, it has been revealed now that in the wake of Poppy's massive internet cancellation, if you can call it a cancellation, I would consider it more natural consequences, but call it whatever makes you most happy. Call it whatever sparks joy for you. In the course of all of this, Poppy has been saying that she is willing to rebuild a bridge with Lily Orchard. Following all of this, following the massive expose that she put together to blow the lid off of the Lily Orchard fucking conspiracy, calling her a groomer and a pedophile and a rapist and a dog fucker and, everything under the sun. Now that everybody else is like, hey, you're actually really weird, she's like, who is weirder than me? Lily Orchard. I bet she would defend me in all of this. So Poppy's been talking for a little bit now about rekindling her relationship with Lily Orchard because, she said on many occasions that everybody who is criticizing her now, calling her out now, is worse than Lily Orchard. So I hate to reveal it to you guys. I hate to have to come out like this to all of you. It's very uncomfortable and it's very upsetting to me. But myself, Stardust, Turkey Tom, Good logic. Who else has gone over this? President Sunday. Like, literally all of you guys, me included, are actually worse than Lily Orchard. Surprise, surprise. Big sad day, okay? Big sad day. We're all worse than the incestuous rapist dog fucker, apparently, because we criticize Poppy on the internet. Anywho, in light of Poppy attempting to rekindle the relationship with Lily Orchard, or at the very least publicly stating that she is willing to rekindle this relationship, or quote-unquote offer an olive branch, ceasefire, truce, whatever you want to call it, Lily Orchard reactivated Tumblr after many, many years, or not Tumblr, excuse me, reactivated her Twitter after many, 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 many years of not using it, just to shit all over Poppy. Amazing! 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 Even the trash at the bottom of the fucking dumpster is like not even willing to play nice with you. And this is just what I would like to call natural consequences. This is just natural consequences. You know, when you burn every bridge around you, you can't be surprised that you're left alone on an island. It's not really like quite a shock, right? So we're gonna go over the coveted screenshots. Worry not. Nobody fret. Nobody be afraid. I have the screenshots. It's okay. I have them. Tangentially related, as I mentioned earlier, that there was a little bit of uncomfortability around Poppy and Lily Orchard's sister, Courtney Orchard. Lily Orchard's quote-unquote first victim. There was, you know, a little bit of a hoopla around Poppy being like a gooner to Courtney, essentially, which obviously I think we can all agree is massively inappropriate. If, you know, you're talking to somebody about their incestuous rape, you probably shouldn't be, like, pulling out the Riz. That's not an appropriate time to do that. Anyway, Courtney actually streamed yesterday. Queen, she was streaming yesterday. Queen, slay, slay, slay. And we have this lovely little clip here talking about how Poppy was, like, overly sexual to her in the course of attempting to expose Lily Orchard as being like a rapist. Very serious topic, but unfortunately not too serious to try and slay the hoes. So we're going to watch a little bit of this clip, you guys. We're going to go ahead and switch over here. We're going to watch a little bit of this clip. And we're just going to listen and enjoy. So everybody listen and enjoy.
And then she's like, oh my gosh, let me apologize for what Poppy did to you. You're like, yeah, if you'd have answered the fucking message sooner, Poppy wouldn't have been able to do what she did to me. So, like, yeah, be sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me? No. What was the timestamp that I just had on that? No, it was back more. Fuck me, dude. I can't believe that I just lost that. I'm going to die. That is so disrespectful. Did you guys see how it literally just canceled me? Did you guys see that? Did you see how I was just like, dude, assaulted? Like a week after Pride Month. Like a week after Pride Month. Ah. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
Okay. So TLDRs, what happened with Poppy is right after the first stream we did, she started coming on to me very sexually aggressively. This was when, up until this point, she had been relatively professional in her conversations. So this blindsided the fuck out of me. Not knowing what to do and like being in the position of, I don't want to piss off this creator whose platform I'm trying to use. I didn't say no.
I would like to pause just briefly to call attention to the fact that Courtney is, she'll go on to explain this a little bit more, but she's talking about how she needed access to a platform to basically like narc on Lily and like, you know, spill the tea, sister, so to speak. And the fact that, you know, Poppy is the one that has the channel, was able to kind of get this out in the open or whatever, that Courtney felt like she had to kind of play along with Poppy being a gooner in order to continue to access her platform. Now, I want everybody in chat who's a boomer like me to rewind their brain all the way back to the situation with Prime Kai. And for people who are unaware, Prime Kai is a streamer. He used to do panels when panels were a big thing. Prime Kai, a little socially awkward. Dude doesn't pick up on cues very often. He is a little ditzy. Like, he's like a bimbo, basically. He's just kind of not even there, okay? Anyway, he worked with this girl. He would flirt with this girl over the internet. She lived in like a different fucking country. And he would like flirt with her and be like, oh, you're so cute, haha, or like whatever the fuck. She was like, I have to keep working with this guy in order to get access to his platform so I can grow as a streamer. So I'm going to put up with it. And then towards the end of it, she released this dossier basically saying that he like sexually assaulted her over the fucking internet because he was flirting with her and he didn't know that she wasn't into it. If we rewind all the way back to that situation, I can guarantee, and I can't do it right now because I'm blocked on Twitter, I can guarantee when that blew up, Poppy was like, oh my God, a larger creator weaponizing their platform to manipulate a vulnerable young woman into a sexually explicit conversation or environment or relationship so she could continue to grow as a streamer. I can guarantee that's exactly what she would fucking say, okay? And for all the talk of power dynamics, right? Turkey Tom has this big ass fucking YouTube video. All these people have bigger channels than me. Luxander has a bigger fucking channel than me. Malcolm has a bigger fucking channel than Sage. For all of this talk about crying, whining, shitting, pissing, coming about platform size relative to your influence over other people, it's quite interesting to me that she was acutely unaware of her platform's influence over somebody who, one, is a victim, two, is like severely fucking traumatized, and three, is coming to you for help. I just find that irony to be like very LOL. You know what I mean? It gave me a little chuckle in listening to this where we don't even see the irony. You know what I mean?
I didn't tell her to back the fuck off. Then she came crying to me because everyone in the comment section were calling her out for being sexually aggressive towards me during the stream. And she went crying to me, basically going, tell these people that they're all wrong so I feel better about myself. And again, feeling like I need to placate this person because they may power trip and, you know, fuck me over. I told her what she wanted to hear. And then she immediately follows that up with like sending me incest porn. Like furry incest porn, which she tried to say that I asked for it, but like I literally didn't. We were talking about kinks, like having a discussion about kinks and like a joking discussion about kinks, which I wasn't quite comfortable with, but like, again, I needed.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is my first stream. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, yeah. Everybody pray for Yaya.
This fucking platform. You know, better me than someone else. And she just drops this furry incest porn, like sibling furry incest porn. And I'm just like, oh, so you're into other people's incest, saying between the lines. So like everything that I told you happened to me is hot to you. And she goes, yeah, totally. I'd fuck my family, but they're all ugly. And then that's when I went, same. And that's where she tries to push the idea that I said I'd fuck my family if they were attractive. I don't know, family's not attractive to me. It's a paradox. So then that got to the point where she started pressuring me for photos. She would literally just pop into my Discord DMs and be like, oh, the lack of ass pics you've sent me is disappointing. So she started pressuring me for photos, and again, being under the pressure of I need this video to stay up, very much feeling like if I piss her off, she's going to take the video down. I caved. And then she started sending me photos, and I asked her to stop, and then she pressured me for more photos. And then she sent me photos of like her surgery. And like one of them included literally a picture of like, this is the shot straight on, okay? Legs spread eagle. Doctor fucking elbow deep fist in. And she sends me that picture. Like, she would just like start dropping fucking half nudes out of nowhere, and I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? So, then I Love Kim Possible a lot, broke away from Lily behind the scenes, reached out to Poppy, reached out to me. Poppy was herself who chases people away, so KP came to me, and then I lost my train of thought. Sorry, I read chat for a minute and lost my train of thought. So KP came to me, and Poppy was mad about that. So then Poppy wanted insisted that I install this bot in my Discord server, and she had what's the bump on the log's name there? The one that doesn't do anything. They don't say anything. Xena. That's shit. Fuck. Barely there in my head. Had them set the bot up, and when they set this bot up, they they put in age rolls, but the age rolls were like under 18, under 21, and over something like that. I don't know. I can't exactly remember. And I asked Poppy herself, I'm like, yo, what's with these age rolls? Because like you guys didn't ask me what I wanted them to be. So like I kind of like this explained. So when Poppy explained it to me, she said, this is basically a flirting system. Okay. Red means don't flirt. Yellow means flirt with caution. And green means flirt away. In my server of abuse survivors and victims of my sister.
So that's pretty much the gist of that. I was forced to listen to that, so I forced you guys to listen to that as well. So I again find it incredibly troubling that we're acutely aware of, you know, large platform dynamics, but unfortunately, when it applies to us, it doesn't count. And I find that to be incredibly ironic, and I find it to be incredibly hilarious, personally. Also, I have maintained this entire time, I consider it to be aberrantly disgusting to have somebody onto your platform to discuss abuse, heinous. I meant to say heinous and then horrific, but I said heinous. We're just going to go with it. Heinous topics such as, you know, incest, abuse, rape, molestation, all of the not good topics to discuss, and then using that opportunity to goon. I find that to be very unprofessional, very unbecoming. I find it very repulsive, very disgusting. And I think it is really indicative of somebody's character, if that's the way that you're willing to talk to somebody who's opening up to you about the horrible things that have happened to them in their life. And additionally, you know, in one hand, and I'm going to be charitable, I'm going to put on my soy hat for just a second. I can be charitable and understand, you know, you just got bottom surgery. How exciting. Wow, it's a whole new world for you. Today is your oyster, no pun intended. However, that doesn't mean that you just send pictures to everybody and their mom. That's not appropriate. Maybe don't do that, especially if people don't want to ask, or they don't ask to see it. And also, if you're trying to send like sexy pictures, like I'm trying to imagine like receiving some kind of sexy picture and it's a girl at a gynecologist with a gynecologist like elbow deep. I wouldn't be like, damn. I'd be like, why the fuck are you sending me pictures of you at the gynecologist? What are you doing right now, bro? Like, hello, 911? Is that even supposed to all go up there? Like, are you okay? Are you trying to tell me that you're secretly a Muppet? Like, what the fuck is going on? Oof. Don't even get me started, okay? Anyway. So that is the cute little clip just to kind of tie those two things together here. So, as I said earlier, Lily Orchard has come out of Twitter retirement in order to essentially fight with Poppy, which... What a treat. That's really all I can say is, what a treat, you guys. Wow. Yesterday was a blessed day, mashallah. She's also talking about it on Tumblr with her very real anons that are definitely not her. I think that the true, like, there's several LOLCOW behaviors that everybody engages in here in this little tight niche circle that we all love to point and laugh at. The using of alt accounts is, like, hilariously fucking stupid to me. And it is such a classic LOLCOW behavior. Having alts, asking yourself anonymous messages on Tumblr, fueling or, like, gassing up your own, you know, harassment, like when people will send themselves like death threats and shit like that.
Théo donated $4.99 through super chat. I don't have anything relevant to say, but I do get to tell my shit worker that his medical credentials are being pulled tonight, so today is fun. Cœur.
Very base. Thank you for the $4.99, Theo. Thank you, King. So the creating of alt accounts is like an incredible LOLCOW behavior, okay? The second incredible LOLCOW behavior that we see demonstrated here is the inability to get out of the LOLCOW spiral. And for people who are unfamiliar with the LOLCOW spiral, it's very simply put that, like, you find yourself in some kind of controversy and you literally cannot stop fucking talking about it. You will talk about it endlessly. And you, no matter what happens, no matter what is said, no matter what the outcome is, you, like, cannot shut the fuck up about it. It's hilarious because I was looking at Lily's Tumblr earlier as well, and she still is maintaining that she didn't write Stockholm, the My Little Pony incest fanfic, when she's admitted her fucking self that she has. It's quite, oh god, it's just so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch. What's up next? Really putting the rapist into therapist. I disavow. I think Poppy is like food shops and just convinced herself that her habits are healthy. That's a good one. Darren, I love you so much. You should get some sleep, King. You're a tired bear. Wait, so a licensed professional is discussing things like incest with mentally vulnerable people insane? Yes, yeah. Welcome here. We are all here. Babu, what's good? Oh, you said that I coined it, Jason. I'm sorry. I thought that you said that you were coining that phrase. I was like, fuck you. That's mine. Okay, sorry. I rescind my aggressive comment. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm catching up. Oh, let's be nice, guys. Let's be nice. Let's be kind. Kind thoughts. Did you go over the tweets yet? Not yet. We're doing that next. I come from the Lily Orchard side of things. It's insane to me how all this connects. Isn't it amazing? I feel like I just smoked like a ton of meth and I haven't slept in 4 days and I have my like crack board up with the red strings and the pins and I'm like, and then on the night of the 27th, they both like to tweet at the same time. Like I feel like I feel great, guys. I feel great. I know Courtney Pete hates both the Poppyverse and Lily, but otherwise I'm missing info. I just got into this rabbit hole a few days ago. Welcome, you're in for a fucking crazy ride, Analyzer. Stardust has videos on it. I have videos on it. Help me out, guys. Who else? I feel like it's just mainly me and Stardust. I think Sonsol did a couple of videos too, but I feel like it's mostly me and Stardust. I could be totally fucking wrong though. The never shutting the fuck up syndrome. Yes, that's it. But guys, it was AI. Back before AI was a thing. Yeah, for sure. She time traveled into the future, had AI do it, and then teleported back. Cows are healthier when you milk them frequently. Based. I'm pretty sure there is the video about Stockholm. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are saying that they smell. You don't have to say the obvious out loud. In all honesty, it would be best route for Lily to admit that she wouldn't express regret. Yeah, but that would require admitting that she did something wrong. She would never. Luxander also has a video about it, true. Thank you for reminding me. Luxander has a good video. I feel like Luxander's is the best condensed TLDR version, in my opinion, because it covers pretty much everything that you need to have to understand the lore. I would say Luxander's video is pretty good, yes. Bro, this is the worst day of trying to be sober. You can do it, King. I trust you. Oh, okay. Stardust from the boys. Always yes, 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 yes. Thank you, guys. Kindness is a choice. Thank you. I love Barbie. I saw a young black economist say something. Where did you go? You said something. Oh, Poppy is also unawarely racist, according to some chatters and streamers. Young black economist spilled the tea immediately. I refuse to continue until you spill the tea. Unless you've already told me this and I just, like, forgot it for some reason. Spill the tea. I don't think that Chud Logic has the worst coverage, if I'm being honest with you. I think Turkey Tom did, only because he was inaccurate in a lot of facts. Lazander. That's pretty hot. I like that. I like that. That's pretty hot. That's banging. That is banging. Okay, guys. The Thai Ladyboy altar is pretty racist. I completely agree with you. That, yes. Need I say more? I would like to hear what Young Black Economist has to say, but do I need to say more? Then having an altar, like a tulpa, not like an altar, like a thought form that you created that is a dead Thai sex worker who inhabits the body of a tiger shark, who secretes hallucinogenic vaginal secretions because the dead Thai sex worker died of an overdose. I don't think it gets more racist than that. If I had to identify racism, I think I would use that example. I only said Chud because he called Spawn a bed blob. I mean, Chud thinks that, like, literally everything is a bed blob, but I will not stand to have my autistic king slandered. Oh, this is good. Yes, thank you, Melina. Thank you. Get this here. Come hither. This one right here. This is an example of racism. While we wait for young black economist who's fucking slacking off over here. This is a good example where she says, "Weird that Lady Raincloud liked to post calling Night Wild a racial slur despite them both being indigenous. Talk about sucking up to white people. Sam Jackson, Django Unchained acting bitch." She wanted to say something worse, but she did not. She wanted to say something worse, but did not. She really wanted to. I know that she did, but she didn't say it. Thank you for accidentally generating me correctly. You're welcome. Didn't Chud end his stream with like an hour of transphobia? I mean, that's Chud logic. I will not stand to have my autistic king slandered. Who thinks of this OC lore? Deranged people.
Ladder trillionnaire donated $5 through super chat. Lily still denying that she wrote Stockholm is truly insane. There's gotta be another way around it. Literally no one believes the run she said lying.
Thank you for the $5, lathered trillionaire. I completely agree. It's very obvious. But again, this is another hallmark of the LOLCOW, you guys, is that it's a very blatant and obvious lie. And they believe that they're selling the lie very well, but literally everybody else can tell that they're lying. Another very true character trait of the LOLCOW. Very true. I need a beer, King. I just joined the stream and the first thing I hear is vaginal secretions. You're welcome. Welcome. Imagine if Poppy cared enough about the native issues to make a native altar. Don't put that evil into the world, dude. Why the fuck would you say that? Why would you manifest that? Stop. No. LOL. Also, she just had bad political takes. Likes to tell black people what they should and shouldn't do. Also, didn't Turkey Tom make a video? Yeah, Turkey Tom did make a video. And yeah, white savior, blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. When she was one of the many people dogpiling Jessie Gender for liking an image basically at the same joke at Shark Zero's offense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the joke was calling Shark 30 an Uncle Tom. What is an efficient entertainer if a transphobe and reactionary credit where credit? He's funny. That's all I care about. I'm here for the OC lore, but you gotta be a little culturally sensitive. Very true. Is Courtney Pete a LOLCOW? I don't think that Courtney Pete is a LOLCOW. I think that Courtney Pete is a different creature by design. I don't know what I would classify her as. Not something to be trifled with, I guess. Also believes in woke colonialism. Yeah, liberal, what's it called? Liberal imperialism, yeah. That screenshot was a good example. Just scroll through her profile. There's always some take using black people as a bad example for her ideas. Jessie Gender did throw her cat. Very true. Yeah, everybody leave Courtney alone. You need arcs. Very true. An LOL Tulpa. Okay, guys. Here we go. So this kicked off last night. And a lot of these are just very interesting to me. Okay, very interesting to me. But nonetheless, we prevail. Okay, guys? Oh, hi, Roxana. Here we go. So this all started yesterday. So there are 13 images here, 12 or 13 screenshots, and we're just going in order. Okay, we're just going in order. For the original tweet here, Poppy says she's responding to, so this for my non-Twitter users here in chat. And should I make these bigger? One's if you want it bigger, two if you don't care. One if you want it bigger, two if you don't care. Go. We want it bigger? Okay. Let's make it bigger. Okay, so this is Xena and Poppy. It's Poppy and Xena, but they changed it because Xena is tired of feeling left out. Tear for Xena. Anyway, so this is a screenshot of a post on Twitter. Someone asked Lily Orchard anonymously, "You're being a lot more gracious about the Poppy situation than I would if I were in your shoes. When you called her out for psychoanalyzing people, weaponizing therapy speech, and being weird about her kid, people treated you like a vindictive monster. Now those same exact people are dragging her on Twitter for the same things." Lily goes on to respond and say, I just wanted them to leave me alone. They have. I see no reason to gloat. So Lily's whole thing recently has been like, I don't want any trouble. I just want to be left alone. Which, feel however you want about it. Feel however you want about that. That is where she's at right now. And so Poppy and Xena respond to this, or Poppy. Fuck. I need to stop doing no Xena erasure. I need to erase Xena. My bad. Okay, so Poppy says, someone sent this to me yesterday. Honestly, say what you want about Lily. She has more restraint and compassion than the host of the abusers, stalkers, and transphobes, constantly obsessing over me. And then, well, there's no love lost here, and it continues to have some weird claims, and then it goes on. But basically, this is her just jerking Lily off. And then Lily came back to Twitter to dunk on Poppy and says, this really wasn't about having, quote, standards or, quote, compassion, honestly. You were warned not to get involved with the people stalking me and making shit up about me. You were warned not to get involved with my rapists. You didn't listen because you had to split on me so badly. So before we jump to the next screenshot, allow me to translate this for you guys who are not degenerate. So the rapist of Lily is Courtney. Even though... I mean, Lily's only defense to anything is no, you. So when Courtney was like, hey, you abused me, she was like, no, you. That was like her whole defense. So that's what she's referring to there. And then she said, you didn't listen to me because you had to split on me so badly. So when she says split on, she's talking about BPD. Poppy claims to be diagnosed with BPD. And there's this phenomenon in borderline personality disorder called splitting, which is basically going from idealizing to demonizing somebody. So, you know, one day you're obsessed with somebody, you're infatuated with them, you love them, they put the stars in the sky, and then they do something wrong, and then it's like, this is actually Hitler. And I hate them. So that's what she is referring to there. Next, we have Poppy responding to this. So this is the screenshot that we just read. And Poppy says, it's funny that she's framing this way now, considering how gracious I was about her doxing my workplace. If it really was as simple as leaving you alone, you're a worse person than I thought. So much for giving you the benefit of the doubt on one thing. So notice here two very important things. The first thing is... way back in the day when Poppy and Lily were beefing and were arch nemesis of each other and like literally fighting over Courtney, which is fucking disgusting. Anyway, Lily Orchard posted Poppy's work email, which in turn got her like a ton of harassment or whatever. But notice here that posting Poppy's work email is doxing. But when Nightwild released Melina and No Flakes, like pre-transition and full fucking legal names and shit, that didn't count as doxing. That didn't count because there wasn't like a geolocation. There wasn't a picture of their front fucking door. There wasn't a screenshot of their social security card, right? It didn't count. That wasn't doxing, guys. That didn't count, okay? But an email address alone is hypocrisy, 1. 2, we were like fucking dick deep inside of Lily just being like, oh my God, Queen, like, I was so wrong about you. You're so gracious. You're not nearly as bad as all these people that are shitting on me. And then Lily's like, actually, like, fuck you. And now Poppy's like, wow, I guess I was right about you all along. Very, 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 very Darvo. Throw it down, flip it, reverse it. Quite incredible to witness in real time. Next. And then this is... No, these are out of fucking order. Oh my God, I'm actually going to hurt myself. I'm going to do it. I literally put them in the right order. Somehow this is Evan's fault. Somehow this is Evan's fault. No, these are in the right order. These are in the right order. Ha, I'm just like smoking crack. Don't worry about me. Hang on. Let me reopen all of these. What were we on? 3. These were the order that they were sent to me in. So if they're out of order, take it up with Evan. Okay. If it's out of order, take it up with Evan. I don't know what to say. These are the order that they were sent to me in. Okay. Wait, you explained what? Your incompetence? Where? That is simply untrue. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Allow me to correct Evan's errors. Hang on. So we can continue. Gonna have to fucking restart this entire fucking segment. Okay, the ones that I had earlier are in order. Okay, I understand. I understand. So this is 1L. Okay, so these are all of hers. Okay, so I had them in the right order. It was just they got mixed in with Lily's. I understand. Okay. Okay, starting here. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, let's try one more time. Please forgive me. I'm a dumb bitch and I can't fucking read. Hi, my name's Jared. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so we read this one. Lily is saying, this really isn't about me having standards or compassion, honestly. You were warned not to get involved with the people stalking me. You're making up shit about me. You were warned not to get involved with my rapist. You didn't listen because you had split on me so badly. Okay, then we have this one. And this one goes on to say, this wasn't really about having standards, or you sent me the same one fucking twice, or I saved it twice. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what was the last thing she said? The last thing she said was, "You split on me so badly that you would take anything as long as it would suit the honestly bizarre vendetta you had against someone who you had never spoken to. And then you suffered the direct consequences of associating with people who like to lie about trans women." Dude, imagine getting out SJW'd by Lily fucking Orchard. Oh my god, bro. Deactivate. Of course, Courtney started lying about you being a sex pest. She lies about trans women habitually. Lying about trans women is how you met the bitch. I never hated you, Poppy. This, quote, beef was something you made up in your head, and you just kept going with it. You were parasocial from the start, and you refused to just let it go. The fact that you had to get to this point is just sad. Broken clocks are right twice a day, you guys, because this is undoubtedly fucking true. Poppy is like a dog with a fucking bone. She, like, won't let shit go to save her life. Was it right for her to call out Lily Orchard? 100%. But she wasn't doing it out of principle or out of, like, belief that Lily Orchard was, like, a bad person that needed to be stopped. She did it for clout. Undeniably. Because if that wasn't true, then she wouldn't have rolled and been like, no, actually Lily is being super compassionate and very kind and very understanding to me, a victim of internet harassment. She wouldn't have flipped like that, because people who actually have a spine and actually have principles and actually have morals, and, you know, for people that never shut the fuck up about their principles, they sure seem to lack them. You wouldn't roll on your principles like that. Like, if you truly believe that Lily Orchard is like this horrible, like, rapist, molest, abuser, if you truly believe that, and you believe that she's a bad person, why does your opinion or perspective on her change based on how other people are treating you? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's not like I would suddenly start being nice to Hitler if all of you guys started roasting me, because I'd be like, no, guys, Hitler's bad. Like, stunning and brave take, I know. It is so significant that they are so unprincipled and they are so spineless. They're like invertebrate. They're rats sinking a fleeing ship. They're scurrying across the deck, trying to get the fuck away, and they're trying to cling on to literally anybody who will walk by in order to save them. And it's disgusting behavior. It's spineless and it's pathetic. Spineless and it's pathetic. And I mean, honestly, that's probably why you guys get migraines all the time. Do you know how bad your back must hurt from not being able to, like, hold yourself up? That's probably why you get a migraine, you know? You don't have a spine to support your fucking body weight. Why do you get a migraine? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Okay. Is this the last one? Okay. Lily goes on to say, it's not about standards or compassion. It's about watching someone do the same thing you warned them not to do, but you were blinded by, quote, I need to get that evil bitch. I don't know why you got so obsessed with me, and it's a shame things had to get this bad before you stopped. And it's a continuing problem past you. Brittany and Courtney kept hurting and abusing people, but nobody catches them early because their targets have a vendetta against their most egregious victim. This attitude enables abuse by ignoring red flags of actual abusers. You were wrong about me, and you always were. Okay. So, of course, in response to this, Poppy has to, like, quote, retweet this, like, 372 fucking times. Of course, we can't just, like, make one thread. We have to post, like, 472 fucking times, okay? Anyway. Okay. So, in response to this, Poppy has to say, it's funny that she's framing this way, now considering how gracious I was about her doxing my workplace. If it really was as simple as leaving you alone, you're a worse person than I thought. So much for giving you the benefit of the doubt on one thing. Poppy goes on to say, Lily, you had to get to what point where, and this is her, like, retweeting, like, every fucking tweet in the Lily thread that we just read, because, again, we can't make one thread. Not only are we LOLCOW coded, we are boomer coded because we don't know how to thread anything on Twitter. Nothing makes me more mad than people not threading things appropriately on twitter.com. You don't have to quote retweet every single response. You can just respond. Like, keep it in a nice condensed thread. Drives me nuts. Excuse me. So Lily had to get to what point where you just decided to dox me? You could have emailed me and we could have talked about it. Are you 97 years old? Email me. AOL me. Right. I get that you don't hate me, but it even makes you doxing me even more weird. Do you just do that to people that you're neutral about? And again, remember that Nightwild didn't dox other people by posting, like, their legal information or whatever, but an email is. Interesting. Poppy then, quote, retweets another tweet and says, well, you got me there. I learned that the hard way, but you did start this train. You were the one that put out my email address for my work, which in turn not only gave my harassers energy and ammo, but is what started the KF threat on me that got my home address doxxed. Then she quote retweets again and says, you know exactly why I focused on you. You lied about me. You claimed that I diagnosed you when I did no such thing, and I have no such power over someone who isn't my client, let alone you're not even in my country. I made one video asking you to calm the fuck down. Wrong. She's made like 6 videos on fucking Lily Orchard, I think. Somebody go and check. There were like 6 videos. She has quite a few. And then she responds and says, and you created a laundry list of lies that I still have screenshots of. Can you just be honest that you overreacted? Then, still talking to herself, Poppy says, this I have no argument with. Regardless of what you have or have not done, both of those two were abusers. They do not seek justice, they seek revenge. I'm just sorry I got looped into it. I wanted you to stop lying about me. I feel like Poppy, like, doesn't, or that Lily doesn't really even talk about Poppy, but there's 10 videos. A playlist with 8 videos. Oh, well. Okay, and then we have another quote retweet, you guys, because we are physically incapable of making a single thread on Twitter. No, I think I hit the nail on the head several times when I called you out for lying about me when you went against your bitch eating crackers video because you were lying about multiple people. No, I've been right about you quite a few times. Don't pretend you have the higher ground here. I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt because I realized that people who hate you may actually be worse than you after seeing how they treat minors and trans women. I'm going to ask you guys a moral question. There's not a right or wrong answer, you guys. It's a question about morals. You know, everybody has different opinions on things. One's in chat. If you think it's worse to rape somebody. 2's in chat. If you think it's worse to be mean to somebody on Twitter. Which one do you guys think is worse? 1's if you think that raping somebody is worse. 2's in chat if you think that being kind of catty and a mean girl on Twitter is worse. What do we think? Just a quick question. Just a quick chat. Just a quick check here. Quick vibe check. Yeah, see, I'm glad that we all are kind of on the same page here. I'm glad that we're all kind of in agreement here. I had said a long time ago, I forget who said it. It was maybe Essence of Thought, or maybe it was Poppy. I don't remember. Somebody said something along the lines of like, this person is worse than Lily Orchard or something like that. And I was like, this has to be like an incredibly high bar. You better cart out like literal Hitler's reanimated zombie body if you want me to look at somebody and say this person is worse than what Lily Orchard has been accused of. Like, you have to be smoking crack. You have to be. There's no other logical explanation. That you would ever pick, like, mean girl on Twitter over dog fucker, rapist, molester, pedophile. Like, these people are, like, not as bad as you, Lily Orchard, Stockholm author. Like, how out of touch with reality and how out of touch and deranged do you have to be to truly actually fucking believe that? Okay. All you had to do was graciously accept that, but you always have to get the last word. Poppy goes on to say, this I have no argument. Okay, we read that one in a second ago. Okay. This one is another quote retweet. You guys thought that we were done quote retweeting. Wrong. We're not threading appropriately. Wrong. We're going to quote retweet every single fucking response, you guys. I know you thought. You literally thought. Wrong. So Poppy goes on to say, Lily, I never split on you. Please stop using BPD language to gaslight me. If we were playing a drinking game, that would be easily 3 drinks right there, okay? So if anybody is, if we're playing a drinking game, hypothetically, I totally disavow. I'm straight edge, okay? That would be 3 drinks, just right off the top, okay? We got gaslight, BPD language, splitting. That's 3 drinks. Easy. You were never an FP, and you were never someone I had an emotional attachment with. Attachment enough to split one way or another. You were someone that I used to look up to until I started digging more into your past. So, correct me if I'm wrong. My top diggers in chat. Somebody correct me. wasn't Poppy blissfully unaware of Lily Orchard until Courtney brought it up? Could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that Poppy was blissfully unaware of who Lily Orchard was. Second of all, FP is a colloquial term in online esoteric BPD communities used to describe a quote-unquote favorite person. And this is colloquially, it's a colloquial term. It's not a clinical term. It's something that's used in the BPD community. It's not, used in diagnostic criteria. It's not accepted as, psychological vernacular and what have you. And at one point, Poppy posted an article to prove the existence of FPs or whatever. And what the article showed is that FP relationships are incredibly toxic and usually abusive and usually end poorly. Ironic that she didn't read that before she posted it. Anyway, so not only is FP kind of this elusive figment, a ghost just out of the corner of your eye, and every time you go to look at it, it disappears because it has no significance to a diagnosis of BPD. Not only is that an issue here, the second issue is that splitting doesn't just occur with an FP. One, because FPs are not like diagnostically or clinically significant. Two, you also like splitting can happen with anybody. It doesn't just happen with your FP because FPs don't diagnostically exist. So again, this is somebody who is your, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you all today. Claps in chat, please. This is your therapist who specializes in DBT. And BPD. This is your therapist, you guys, who has the expertise, the specialty, that knows all, that can cure you overnight with the snake oil, Yay, claps in chat. Very, 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 very telling. Very telling, you guys. Look at my therapist dog. I'm going to be involuntarily detained. Look at my therapist dog. Oh, rip. Poppy goes on to say, I made one video asking you to call... Let me try that one more time. I made one video asking you to calm me the fuck down. What? And you proceeded to lie about me to your audience. After that, it was just response videos. You lied about me when you called me Carol and so on. Who the fuck is Carol? Did I miss lore? Who the fuck is Carol? That's going to be a good sound clip. How hard is it to admit that you're wrong? Next. Oh no, we weren't next yet. Anyway, that's the end of the threads. Next, we have Lily Orchard talking shit about Poppy. So anyway, again, I love that we drudged up our Twitter profile in order to, like, shoot the shit with fucking, Poppy. Lily Orchard X Poppy. Hilarious. Absolutely fucking hilarious. And I think that it's telling that even somebody that is, like, maniacal as Lily Orchard is able to see, like, through your bullshit. I think that's very incredible. It makes me believe that, like, Lily's shit is, like, way more intentional than a lot of people think it is. Like, I think that she is what Poppy wishes that she could be. I think that Poppy wishes that she could have, like, an actual harem, not just Discord kittens. And Poppy wants the clout. Poppy wants the big channel. Poppy wants to be able to get away with this degenerate behavior without getting in trouble the way that Lily has. And I think that she's jealous. And I think that jealousy, that little green-eyed monster, makes you do some really fucked up shit. Including sucking up to somebody who is like an alleged rapist. But I will reiterate once again, PZ and that entire little bubble, they really like to harp on the idea of, like, principles and values and ethics and leftism and blah. But our principles don't mean jack shit when we're getting fed, into the fire that we built ourselves. We assembled the tinder wood, we struck the match, we threw it in there, watched it catch on fire, and then we're like, oh, why am I getting burned? When it's you're the one that created this situation. Now, our principles don't mean anything. Who cares? What is it to be a Zuffa? What is it, you guys? Is it really the worst thing in the world? I don't know. People were mean to her on Twitter. They're mean to me on Twitter. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. Probably not. Probably not, guys. Probably not, guys. Probably not. We're not doing that. Okay, so these are in order. I already looked at these. So somebody, anonymous, asked Lily Orchard, what is polyamory? And for those of you who are new to the PZ universe, polyamory is Poppy's very special brand of polyamory. Poppy is polyamorous. Shocker. Everybody is very surprised by this new and stunning information. Shocked Pikachu. Poppyamory is where Poppy wants to have all the partners, but if her partners have partners, she's going to kill herself in a video game. Okay, so in polyamory, your main partner is your paramour. Your partner's partner is your metamour. Poppy hates metamours, hates them. They trigger her. They make her suicidal. But she continues to engage in polyamory. It's this very unique brand of polyamory where it's like, I want to have like 72 girlfriends, but all of my 72 girlfriends can only be with me. It's actually called polygamy. But nonetheless, I would say that somebody that is triggered by the existence of your partner being with other people, you should just practice monogamy and save yourself the trouble. But who am I? Who am I but the king of degenerates, I guess. Anyway, so that's what polyamory is, TLDR. But let's hear what Lily has to say because, you know, she's been very insightful lately. So let's just see. Yes, Paramore is the one that made that one song. I love that song. I do too. Okay, as concise as I can manage, but be warned, everybody involved is a fucking moron. Broken clocks and what have you. Okay, as concise as I can manage about, be warned, everyone involved in this is a fucking moron. Poppy, the drama YouTuber, has a really odd view of relationships that largely stems from her unwillingness to actually treat and manage her BPD. Like, Lily Orchard is spitting right now, like... Imagine getting fucking roasted like this. Like, I would delete every fucking social media account I have. Oh my god. Just fucking obliterated, dude. Okay. Poppy seems to believe that her emotional mood swings are unchangeable and unmanageable and crafts her attitudes and ideas about relationships around it entirely. For example, Poppy admits to being possessive, exceedingly so in her own words, but also claims to be polyamorous. These two things don't go well together, and she even admits to it. And before I read this infamous Poppy quote, I would like to call attention to the fact that Poppy likes to hide her possessiveness by saying that she has a kink for possessiveness. Everything is fine to Poppy as long as it's a kink. She's like, incest is totally fine as long as it's a kink. Rape is totally fine as long as it's a kink. Being, you know, Hitler is totally fine as long as it's a kink. She's really wrapped up in this idea that like pretty much anything is permissible as long as it's a kink, and because, you know, kink shaming is a lot worse than Hitler apparently. So yeah, she is incredibly possessive of her partners, but don't worry, it's just a kink. You can't judge her for it, or you are kink shaming and a threat to leftism everywhere. TLDR. Anyway, so the quote goes on to say, does that play well with Polly? No. Do I care? No. And then the little asterisk, shit-eating grin. And this is so true. This is such a correct characterization. I don't give a fuck. It's what my brain needs to feel good. That's definitely what polyamory should be, right? Just for you to get your dick wet, or whatever genitals you have stimulated. Sorry. Sorry for being obtuse. Lily goes on to say her attitudes about relationships are built around taking issues caused by her BPD and saying, quote, you got to deal with that. She doesn't like metamours. She gets possessive. She pushes the idea of favorite person in regards to BPD, which isn't medically recognized concept. And a lot of her crap about sex and relationships reek of chase every high possible with no impulse control at all. She's a 40-year-old woman who talks like a 24-year-old who has never had sex before, but is convinced we live at a time of rising Puritanism. It's all just very childish. Broken clocks. I will say something that I have been acutely aware of is that anytime that you have like a criticism or like something negative to say to Poppy, it's a condemnation of you and your character. It's never just that like you disagree with her or that you guys don't have or like share the same perspective or have the same experience or what have you. It's a condemnation of you as a person, right? So the fact that some people are uncomfortable with the fact that she thinks that incest is hot, that's being too puritanical. You're a kink shamer, you're sex negative, you're puritan, you're religious, you're a prude, whatever. It's not just, oh, we're into different things. Or, oh, you have like a different like sexual like desire than I do or whatever. And I'll be clear, I'm not afraid to kink shame. I will do it. Incest is fucking gross. If you're into incest, go to therapy. Stop like watching and playing incest video games and shit like that. Go to fucking therapy. That's weird. Don't do it. Okay? I will kink shame. I will fall on the sword. I will do it for all of you. I will shield you all from the kink shaming accusations. However, it is, again, one of those things where it's like she just cannot comprehend differences in perspective or attraction or experience or anything like that. It's like a failing on you. Like, you're a bad person. You're too puritanical and brainwashed to understand that, like, incest is so hot, you guys. It's like, it's like the narcissistic need to just like control everything around you. And if there's something that is just so telling and apparent in all of this, and I think everybody learns this, whether it be the hard way or the easy way. thankfully, you know, a lot of us learn this the easy way. I don't think Poppy will. Is that you cannot change other people's perception of you. And trying to do that is like very narcissistic and it's very controlling. Where like people are like, I don't like that you're into this weird degenerate shit. And instead of just being like, okay, then I won't fuck with you, she's like, I have to change this person's mind and paint them to be a bad person because they don't agree with me or accept the way that I like to live my life.
C'est donated $2 trop super chat. Based kink shaming.
Thank you for the $2 sign. It's very frustrating to me. It's very frustrating to me. Because you can't control the way that other people perceive you. And that's, it's a sign of insecurity. It's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of narcissism. The colloquial, I'm not diagnosing anybody. But, like, it's just like, damn, dude, like, not everybody wants to be your fucking friend. Not everybody's going to be into the same shit that you are. That doesn't mean that those people are bad people or that they're out to get you or anything like that. Some people just don't want to fuck with you, and that's life. And if you can't handle that, don't, like, make YouTube videos, I guess. Ugh. Okay, next. What Poppy wants from a relationship, even though she doesn't realize it, is a lot of partners for herself. I think that she does realize that. But who are exclusive to her. That's not a bad thing to want. If you find people who are down to be consensual concubines, then go for it. It's just good fucking luck finding that, LOL. Unsurprisingly, this means that Poppy has very intense relationships that end up crashing and burning as people find her attitude insufferable. And it is, as much as 90% of the stuff around Poppy is made up, her own words paint her as someone who would be exhausting to be around. Most of the shit started when a partner of hers was going to break up with her. She freaked out and tried to get them to stay to go on a planned trip. While there, they fucked and that didn't fix things, and the partner left anyway. Both of them immediately went on social media to accuse the other of rape. Snowflake never, like, came out and tweeted anything fucking about this for, like, months and months and months and months and months after the fact, okay? Snowflake never came out swinging rape. That is not true. After, like, six-ish, I think, months of, like, this online harassment bullshit, like, calling Snowflake a rapist, Snowflake was like, actually, in hindsight, like, if anybody was pressured into fucking, it was probably me, if we're being honest. Kind of throwing it down, flipping and reversing it. The Lily tactic. So it's very sad that Lily does not appreciate the use of her tactics here in a different scenario, however. So little misinfo here, you guys, but let's keep cooking. But neither of their stories count as such. Rape by regret isn't a real thing, and the moment you start getting into technicalities about consent, you have to take a step back and realize whatever line you're pushing is wrong. And both of them escalated their accusations against each other over time, and both of them changed their stories constantly. This led people to tracking and hounding Poppy's Twitter, screenshotting every instance of her flirting with somebody, making sex jokes as a part of some predatory dossier. And yes, there was pedo-jacketing. Because, of course, there was, and it turned into a bunch of people's soap opera for the day. Are all of my girlies having fun watching the soap opera? I'm glad that we're having girl time. Anyway, again, we're not being entirely truthful here, okay? Because Snowflake didn't really do fucking anything. Anyway, there was no pedo-jacketing. Nobody pedo-jacketed Poppy. Poppy herself has said that, like, she would ERP as, like, a 14-year-old. ERP is erotic roleplay. She said that she would ERP as, like, a 13-year-old or whatever the fuck, and that she needed a mommy to ERP with, and, like, disgusting fucking shit like that. That you couldn't, like, waterboard out of me. Like, no shot, dude. Like, ugh. And then she was posting it on Maine. Get out of here. Get out of here. Anyway, and then she also has, like, a thing for, you know, like, a lot of the girls that she'll try to rizz up are, like, they're, like, young. They're not, like, underage. They're not minors. They're not children. But they're, like, relatively young for somebody who's, like, creeping up on 50 pretty fucking quick. Closer to 50 than, like, 30. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, I would consider it, like, just weird. I mean, it's something to call attention to. But I don't think that she was ever pedo-jacketed. I don't think that she was ever pedo-jacketed. Just, you know, the weird pattern of behavior that, you know, trans girls that just turn 18 are suddenly, like, fucking boarding the goon copter. I wouldn't call that pedo-jacketing, but what have you. Okay. Next, anonymous ask from Lily Orchard. Anonymous says, for everything Poppy did to you, you're a lot more forgiving than you deserve to be. Lily says, no doubt she would disagree because I think her utter lack of emotional regulation is a problem that she needs to fix on her own. Most of her problems are caused by her pride and her ego. The tiniest slight has to be held onto forever. Even her apology clings to the idea that hyperfixating on me wasn't a big of a mistake and they only made things worse for her. But pull back and look at it objectively. It's not just working. Excuse me. It's just not working. Her attitudes about emotional regulation, BPD, polyamory, and relationships aren't resulting in her being happy. They don't work on a basic fundamental level. If it did, she wouldn't be in this problem. Honestly, I see this behavior, and it makes me realize how grateful I was my psychiatrist snuffed that ember out before it could catch fire. And that is the content of the screenshots. Little kings and queens. So, broken clocks are right twice a day. And I think it takes, and allow me to rephrase that. I think the fact that Lily Orchard is a bullshitter, sex pest, degen or whatever, manipulator, if you will, I would consider Lily Orchard to be Machiavellian, very Machiavellian, very manipulative, very, very like intentionally manipulative. And I'm not diagnosing anybody with anything. This is my opinion. And I think that because she is that way, she can see right through it. She knows exactly what it is because she's played that game before. She plays that game every fucking day. And she can very clearly see what it is. Like, without digging too hard. And I couldn't imagine being someone who posts like an expose on Lily Orchard, the horrible rapist. And then when everybody starts getting mad at me, I'm like, actually, maybe Lily Orchard isn't really that bad. And then Lily Orchard comes out and is like, actually, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to drag you by your hair down to the fucking ground, across the gravel road, and throw you into the fucking sea. I would log off forever. Oh my God, dude. Just red for filth. Red for filth. Absolutely fucking decimated. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I've said before many times, and I will continue to reiterate, we are stuck deeply in the LOLCOW spiral. And something that I've learned in my many, many years of life is that you can tell somebody something a million times. They learn by experience. Experience is the harshest teacher. And many people, mostly people who think they know everything in the world, don't learn from others' mistakes. They have to make the mistake themselves. So I've told this story before on stream, but I'll tell it again. When I was little, like the little vent covers that you put over like a furnace vent in your house, what I'm talking about? I used to think those were really cool when I was little. I was like 4 years old. I was like a very small child. And so I would like take the vent cover off and I would like hide my toys in there. I was like, this is the sickest place ever to hide all my toys. And everybody in my family was like, do not put your fucking hands in the vents. There's mouse traps in there. You're going to snap your fingers and it's going to hurt. And I was like, literally suck my ass. I'm not scared of a mouse trap. Watch me. So, of course, I continued to put my hand in the vents. And then one day, I snapped my fucking finger at a mousetrap, and I never put my hand in the vents again. You can see the same thing, if you tell somebody, don't touch the stove, it's hot, don't touch the stove, it's hot, don't touch the stove, it's hot, like, don't put your hands up there, don't crawl up there, whatever. Don't really learn until you put your hand up there and burn the stove. People learn from their own mistakes. That's the best way for people to learn. Smart people learn from other people's mistakes. A smart person will see somebody burn their hand on the stove and realize, oh, that's hot, I'm not going to touch that. Only dumb fucks are like, damn, he just burned his hand. Let me see if that's still hot. Only dumb fucks do that, okay? There have been many LOLCOWs in this world. And there will be many LOLCOWs after the fact, okay? And there are several behavior patterns that are present in all of them. And there are several things, several specific points where hindsight, and obviously hindsight is a gift, okay? That's why you learn from others' mistakes, so you don't have to implore hindsight as a tactic. We can see several points, several critical errors that could have easily been avoided if we just chose differently. But for whatever reason, we keep making the wrong choices. And I said this when all of this fucking started. And if for all of my OG Poppyverse fans, for all of you guys who have been here for, from the beginning, my ride or dies, okay, my strongest soldiers here, my strongest haters. When Sage finally unblocked me on Twitter, and I was going back and forth with Sage on Twitter, I said a few very, very profound things. And all of them are true because I'm always right. But what I had said was like, there are two things that you can do to improve the outcome of your situation. We have watched empires rise and fall on YouTube and streaming. We've seen it. we have watched the fall of Boogie. We have watched the fall of Keffels. We have watched the fall of Tipster. We have watched the fall of, who are some other ones? Nikocado Avocado. We have seen titans, leaders of generations of content creators fall into these traps and just fucking destroy their credibility, their community. And it's very observable. You can watch it happen in real time. There are two things that could have stopped. Thank you for the follow, Tony Macy.
Who is he?
There are two things that could have stopped this entire train wreck. Two things. The first thing would have been to get, to get in the mud and roll around with everybody. If they would have got in the mud and rolled around with everybody, one, it would have been banger fucking content for them. Their community would have fucking exploded, dude. They would have had views through the roof. They would have been making good money. They would have been retaining new audience members, even if it's hate watchers. If that's what you want, which they do, they want the clout, they want the attention, they want the fame. I totally understand that. Then play ball, okay? Option number one. Not only do you grow your community, literally, you grow your Discord harem because all these, like, dumb, brainwashed, like, Discord kittens are going to be like, wow, wow, and they're going to run to you. Okay, one. Two, post through it. Just go. Just keep making your dumb little fucking videos about, you know, air quality. Make your little videos about the fucking Missouri abortion laws or whatever the fuck. Just pretend it isn't happening and keep going. I said, those are your two paths moving forward. I said, if you just sit there and you idle, you're going to bleed out. And I was 100% fucking right. Why? Because Malcolm is always right, okay? Always. I've never been wrong in my life, not even once, not even one time. Never. It's never happened. Anyway. It's like watching somebody be in like 17 football fields of rakes. Right? Or excuse me, 17 football fields, and there's one rake. And no matter where you take them in the football field, they still step on the fucking rake and smack themselves in the fucking face. It's unbelievable. It's unfucking believable. It's unfucking believable. Because at this point, it's too late. It's too late. You're gonna jump on this discourse now. You're gonna try and recoup. You're gonna try and rebuild and reintegrate and refortify or whatever. It's too late. Everybody's bored, everybody's done, everybody's moved on. The only people that are left are dedicated haters, okay? Those are the only people that are left. And I'm only here because there's a massive in-universe update, okay? Other than that, I don't care. I know that this bitch watches everything that I say. I know that she has rats and fucking moles in my Discord. I know who they are, I don't care. They're welcome to stay. They're welcome to join my Discord as well. I don't care. It's an open Discord. You guys can come in. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't bother me at all. You guys can, you know, rage about, you know, people talking shit about you or whatever. I don't care. I know that you know that it's just like so Jover, bro. It's never been more Jover. And if you would have listened to me the first time, if you would have heeded my warning, you would have said, wow, this Malcolm guy is really spitting facts. This Malcolm guy is really spitting fire. Would have been over. Because the only people who are continually riding this train are haters and farmers. And that's it. And I'm only here for in-universe updates. You can talk all the shit you want about me. I don't care. My personal worth and well-being and self-esteem does not come from validation from people on the internet that I'm never going to meet. Because I have relationships that aren't on discord.com. And I'm not afraid to go outside. And I'm also not afraid of the shower as well. But anyway, man, I don't know. Shit's hitting the fan. Well, shit already hit the fan, dude. The shit is sprayed around the room. And we're running out of shit to spray. And it's I don't know. The LOLCOW crossing is legendary. It's just legendary. It's truly fucking legendary, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It was beautiful to witness. Very fucking beautiful to witness.